Welcome to our lecture online. Sometimes you end up with an example where it doesn't appear to be a quadratic equation. Well, it turns out they all have something in common that we can factor out first. They have a common factor. Matter of fact, the common factor in this case is 2x. So let's go ahead and factor out the common factor first on the left side of the equation. So that ends up being 2x times what we have left would be an x squared minus 4x minus 5 equals 0. And now you can see what we have in the parentheses. That is indeed a quadratic equation, or at least a polynomial to the second power. And so that one we can factor separately. So this together is not really a quadratic equation because it's x to the third power. But what we have inside the parentheses here, if that was the only thing set equal to 0, then we do have indeed a quadratic equation. So let's go ahead and factor that and see what we get. So we end up with 2x times, now we're going to have the product of two binomials, and we need an x and an x because x times x gives us x squared. Notice we have a negative here and a negative there. That means one must be positive, one must be negative, because two numbers multiplied together can only be negative if one of them is negative. Now we're looking for two numbers. When we multiply them together, the product will be equal to -5 and the sum will be equal to -4. So which two numbers add together to -4 and are multiplied together to give you -5? How about a -5 and a +1? A -5 and a +1. 1 times -5 is indeed -5, and a +1 plus a -5 gives us a -4. So that's the correct format. But notice now we have three things here, three terms that are multiplied together to give us 0. So when we have three numbers multiplied together and we get a 0, that means one of them must equal 0. They can't all be 0 at the same time, but one of them can be 0. In other words, we can say that 2x is equal to 0, or x plus 1 is equal to 0, or x minus 5 is equal to 0. Any of these three possibilities will give us 0 when we multiply them together. So if 2x equals 0, that means x must equal 0 when I divide both sides by 2. Or if I move the 1 across, I can say that x must equal -1. Or we can say that x must equal 5 when we move the -5 to the right side. In other words, in this case, there are not just two, but there are three possible solutions. In essence, we started with an equation raised to the third power, or of order 3, I should say. The highest order term is order 3. And so therefore, there's the possibility of three solutions, which in this case we got. And we used the very same technique. We first factored out a common factor. What was remaining could easily be factored. Now we see that we have three things multiplied together to give us 0. And we can then say that any one of them could be 0. Well, any one of them has to be 0. So we can say either 2x equals 0, x plus 1 equals 0, x minus 5 equals 0, one or the other. And of each one, we have a possible solution. And that is how it's done.